What if your heart already knew what your eyes have not yet seen? There are times in life when your soul begins to silently change. You don't know why, but you feel more peace, more clarity. Your heart becomes more stable, your view of marriage evolves, and you feel that a sacred bond is approaching. But it's not just any connection. It is a written, decreed, blessed link. That of a soulmate that Allah is preparing to send you. It's not a dream. It's not a simple desire. It is a subtle but powerful inner transformation. And those who pay attention to the signs know it. Allah never prepares your heart for anything. In this video, you will discover the deep, almost invisible confirmations that your heart receives when your soulmate is about to arrive. Spiritual signs anchored in Islamic teachings. Feelings that few understand, but which change everything. So stay well until the end. Because one of these signs could well reveal to you that your destiny is already in motion, and that sincere love, the one that leads to Allah, is closer than you think. 1. Inexplicable serenity. There are silences that speak louder than 1,000 thoughts. Calm moments, where your heart no longer demands anything, but feels everything. This first sign does not need words. It does not need proof. It slips into your heart like fine rain on dry land, slowly, peacefully. Serenity settles in. You notice that your soul is no longer agitated. You are no longer in this breathtaking race looking for someone. You no longer open doors at random hoping to find love there. Your heart no longer screams. He listens. He listens to something more subtle, higher. And this sudden peace, which you cannot explain, gives you the feeling that there is a plan taking place, a celestial plan, which you yourself do not control. In the spiritual tradition of Islam, there exists a sacred state, sakina. It is a divine peace that only Allah can bring down on a soul. It does not come after success, nor after good news. Sometimes it comes for no apparent reason. And that's precisely what makes it so precious. It is not the result of an external event. It is the reflection of an inner alignment, proof that your heart is being prepared to welcome something beautiful, pure, decreed. And maybe this something, or rather this someone, is already on its way to you. Maybe at the very moment you feel this peace, your soulmate is also experiencing the same thing elsewhere. Two hearts which purify themselves, each on their own, before being brought together in a union which will not be noisy but stable, silent but sacred. You don't need to see it coming. You don't need to understand everything. This serenity that you feel, this nameless peace, is the first discreet call of your destiny. Don't neglect it. It's a divine response that your heart recognizes even before your life changes. When Allah prepares a union, He always begins with the heart, because this is where the soul recognizes what is truly for it. 2. Dua's change tone. There was a time when your invocations were trembling, a time when you prayed to Allah with a broken heart, tired, sometimes even impatient. You said, "Ya Allah, give me someone," as if you were sending out a cry in an echoless night. You asked for a name, a face, visible happiness. You wanted it to happen quickly, to fill a void, to relieve pain. But now, something has changed. You still make du'as, yes, but they have a different taste. They are calmer, deeper. You no longer need to shout to be heard. You no longer speak in panic. You whisper with confidence. You no longer beg like someone lost. You address Allah as a close, intimate, present friend, someone you have full faith in. And above all, you no longer ask for a body. You ask for a soul. You no longer say, "Ya Allah, I want someone." You say, "Ya Allah, send me someone who loves you more than he will love me." Send me someone who will carry me when my faith wavers. Someone who will remind me of you, even in silence. This is where your heart changes. It is no longer a prayer made out of fear of loneliness. It is an invocation that is born from lucidity, from spiritual maturity. It is no longer a desire. It's an alignment. And without you realizing it, the words you say no longer even come from you. They come from a higher place, as if Allah Himself inspired you with the qualities of the person He wants to place on your path. You speak with words you've never used before. You are asking what you never dared to ask. You let your soul speak, and it knows exactly what it needs. When your heart begins to formulate dua that no longer seek an attachment, but an elevation, it is often a sign that the soul of your future partner is already joining you in the invisible. And this change of tone in your prayers, this refinement in your requests, this calm in your voice, it is the imprint of an answer that is approaching. There is no date, no alert, no vision, but there is a feeling. Someone is coming, and this time, I'm ready to welcome, not fill. 3. Unexpected detachments. There are times when the bonds you thought were solid crumble quietly. Relationships, friendships, attachments. They fade away, like shadows dissolving at sunrise. You lose contact with people you thought were essential, and this void doesn't seem painful. He's gentle. A little strange, perhaps, but strangely calming, as if you had finally relieved yourself of something you were carrying without really knowing why. It's not a loss, it's a silent liberation. You find yourself facing an empty space, an emptiness that you never thought you were ready to accept. But this emptiness is not a burden. It is a field that is preparing to welcome a precious seed, a seed that only Allah knows, a space for a new encounter, for a pure and blessed union. When this detachment occurs, it is not by chance. This is not a simple coincidence. It is an invisible restructuring, orchestrated by the one who knows the depths of hearts, the one who knows the most hidden desires of your soul. He is cleansing your heart of anything that could be an obstacle to what is truly meant for you. You are no longer attached to what takes you away from the purity of a relationship based on the love of Allah, on respect and common faith. Perhaps certain people, even those who seemed essential to you, have been removed from your life so that you are ready to welcome what will come from Him. This process may seem strange, but it is divinely orchestrated. Sometimes, Allah, in His infinite wisdom, rids you of distractions before introducing pure blessing into your life. It is not a loss, it is a purification, a cleansing so that your heart can finally devote itself fully to what He wants to offer you. This detachment is like a silent rain that washes away the dust from a busy road. After the rain, the ground is fresh, ready to receive the seed of a new life. And you become this land ready to receive the blessed union that your heart was waiting for. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, prepares you for the arrival of this soulmate, and for this, it is sometimes necessary to make you let go of everything that linked you to the old, to the imperfect, to what distances you from divine peace. It's a process that may seem subtle, but it's powerful, because it comes from a higher love, the one who knows your heart better than you know it yourself. 4. You attract cleaning trials. You've probably noticed. Before your soulmate knocks on your door, something inside you starts to tremble. Trials arise. These are not trivial tests, no. They are brutal. They shake you to the depths of your being. These are not simple difficulties, but tests, pressures. blows that seem to target your weaknesses. Your character is tested. Your principles are being called into question. Your intentions are revealed. Those that you thought were secret, invisible even to you. And then you ask yourself, why is this happening to me? Why now? Just before everything seems to be falling into place. This is where you have to understand something. This is not a coincidence. Allah does not break you. He polishes you. Every trial that shakes you, every pain you feel, is a tool of purification, a way to prepare you for the arrival of this soulmate, the one who deserves a stronger, more loyal, purer version of you. This process is not easy. No, it's painful. You feel torn, sometimes lost in the storm of your own emotions and thoughts. But that's where you learn, and that's where you grow. You become stronger in your convictions, more true to your Islamic values. When you face adversity, you realize if you are truly faithful to Allah, to your faith. These moments of distress, these cleaning challenges, are not there to bring you down. They are there to make you reborn, like gold that goes through the fire to become pure. It is in these trials that you discover yourself as you really are. Loyal to Allah, faithful to your principles, resilient in the face of adversity. This is what you are becoming. And this is exactly what attracts a person who shares the same deep values as you. Someone who seeks a union based on faith, loyalty, and sincerity in the love of Allah. The soulmate you are waiting for will not be attracted to a weakened version of yourself. No. She will come to a version of you who weathered the storm uncorrupted, who remained true to her values, even when the wind blew hard. And when you emerge from this ordeal, stronger, purer, you will see that everything had meaning. It is in the purification, in the cleansing of your soul, that you are prepared for this divine encounter. 5. Your view of marriage becomes spiritual. As your soulmate gets closer, something deep shifts in your heart. It is no longer the search for a simple relationship, nor even the quest for companionship. Your outlook on marriage changes. 5. Your view of marriage becomes spiritual. As your soulmate gets closer, something deep shifts in your heart. It is no longer the search for a simple relationship, nor even the quest for companionship. Your outlook on marriage changes. You begin to see marriage in a much more spiritual light. It ceases to be an end in itself and becomes a means to deepen your relationship with Allah. Marriage, in its purest essence, is not a simple union of two beings. It is a path to purification, an opportunity to worship together, to rise together in the love and fear of Allah. When you prepare for the arrival of your soulmate, you no longer simply ask yourself, who is this person? But rather, will this person bring me closer to Allah? You ask yourself deep questions. Will this relationship help me grow in faith? Will it refine my character? Will this love be a way for both of us to draw closer to our Creator? As this shift in your perspective is not trivial. It is a clear sign that your heart is beginning to speak the language of Allah. He is preparing for a more sacred, more spiritual union. And when your heart speaks this language, it becomes more and more able to recognize another heart that also speaks it. It's not just a matter of compatibility or physical attraction. It's a matter of spiritual compatibility. A heart that seeks to grow in faith and draw closer to Allah. This change in your view of marriage is a sign that you are ready to welcome a relationship that transcends simple earthly needs and rises to a higher level. It is an awareness that marriage is an act of worship, an opportunity to support each other on the path of faith, endurance, and sincerity. When your view of marriage becomes spiritual, you stop looking for an ephemeral, temporary relationship. You are looking for a sacred union, a blessing from Allah that will guide you throughout your life. This process, although subtle, marks an important turning point in your spiritual journey. You realize that your happiness does not only depend on each other, but on how you elevate each other in love and submission to Allah. And when you find that soulmate who shares this vision, then you know that this relationship will not just be a human love, but a divine love, a shared worship in the way of Allah. 6. You sense a faceless presence. There are times when your mind is lost in contemplation, when you find yourself thinking about someone, but this person has no name, no form, no past. It's as if, deep down in your soul, you know he exists, but you can't define that existence. It is neither a dream nor an illusion. It is an inner presence, a discreet, gentle, almost imperceptible energy. It's as if your soul feels the closeness of someone you've never seen, but with a strange certainty, like a deep intuition. This person has no face, but you feel that they are there, somewhere for you. You have no memory of this person, but your heart recognizes them. It's like a distant call, a melody that you hear in the silence of your soul. There is no face, no form, yet every fiber of your being feels the presence of this someone, like a glimmer of light in the shadows, an omen of the union to come. It's like an inner announcement that you don't need to see physically, because you know, in the silence of your heart, that this person exists, and that one day, your paths will cross. In Islam, it is said that souls know each other even before coming to earth. Before we were born, we were created and united in the spiritual world, and your soul, even if it has forgotten the details of this ancient memory, may feel this connection. It's like a hidden memory, buried deep within your being, which begins to emerge when your soul is ready to find this other soul waiting for it. This goes beyond simple human coincidences or chance encounters. It is a silent movement in the universe, a mysterious sign that your steps are leading you where they need to go. Your mind may not have words to explain this sensation, but your soul recognizes this presence. She knows that he or she exists, that he or she is there somewhere in this world, ready to enter your life at the right time. It's like an endless spiritual journey, where you open yourself to this truth, to this invisible connection that transcends the material world. It's a silent preparation, a meeting with your destiny, even before you can grasp its full reality. 7. Allah brings you closer to Himself before bringing you closer to others. There is a sign greater and deeper than all the others. It is when, deep within your being, you feel that your heart belongs to Allah even before it belongs to anyone else. Before uniting you with another soul, Allah guides you towards Himself, towards a closeness with your Creator that you had never felt before. You are no longer simply in the quest for a human relationship, but in a spiritual quest where Allah becomes the priority of your heart. He draws you closer to Him first, calling you to purify your soul, repair your inner wounds, and strengthen your faith. It is a sacred, almost intimate process, where you are invited to free yourself from anything that distracts you from pure worship. When your soulmate approaches, this purification process intensifies. You pray more sincerely, your invocations take on a new depth. You begin to purify your intentions, not only in your relationship with others, but especially in your relationship with Allah. It is no longer an act of research, but an act of offering. You offer yourself to Allah in your purest integrity. You learn to love yourself through His eyes, and no longer through people's validation, but with a love that transcends appearances. And it is in this humility, in this purification, that your soulmate draws closer to you, without noise, without haste. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, is preparing you to receive someone who will not be a simple companion, but a partner in faith, a reflection of this deep connection with Him. The process is silent, subtle, but divinely orchestrated. When your heart is fully attached to Allah, it is in this certainty that He grants you the best. A relationship based on divine love, a union that begins in the heavens before manifesting on earth. And a sincere return to Allah is not only a spiritual purification, but also an act of faith that prepares you to receive the love of a soulmate, who is ready to walk alongside you in this common quest for Allah's satisfaction. It shapes you to become the best version of yourself, a version that is ready to give and receive true love, the kind that transcends the trials and temptations of the world. Because when your heart is turned towards Allah, when you attach yourself to Him unshakably, He fills you with His grace and guides you towards what is best for you, even if you do not yet fully see it. It is a powerful sign. Allah first draws your heart closer to Him, and only then He draws you closer to others in a divine blessing that only a pure heart can appreciate. If your heart vibrated even for a moment during this video, it may not be a coincidence. Maybe your soul already recognizes the signs that your mind is still trying to understand. Never underestimate the silent preparations of Allah. When He wants to unite two souls, He first begins by purifying them, guiding them, and sending them signs that only sincere hearts can perceive. So if you felt inner peace, confirmation, or even a simple spark during this video, share it. Because maybe someone else is also waiting for a sign. Maybe you are the sign that he or she was waiting for. Subscribe to this channel so you don't miss other powerful reminders. And leave a comment if you recognize any of these signs in your own life. Sometimes, by writing down what your heart feels, you trigger a divine response. And don't forget, a soulmate cannot be found. She recognizes herself at the exact moment when Allah decides.